Awesome Summer 2017 Striimikornelin lavalla äsken nähtiin vähän pelidevausta. Siellä oli 2 tämmöistä herrasmiestä kehittämässä peliä ja kysellään niiltä vähän, että mikä oli homman nimi. So you guys had a show on the Stream Corner and you developed a game. Did you start the developing today on the stage or did you have any preparations prior to the show?
So yeah, we started with an empty Unity project when we started it, but of course we had a basic idea of what game we wanted to make, and we had practiced a bit to see that we had a limited time, so that we knew we could pull off something in that style on time.
What was the time? Like how long it took you to do the game?
Well, we were finished, like 1.5 hours, maybe?
I think even earlier, less than.
Well, with the
one.
polish.
With the polish, 115, something, 120. I mean, we were done, actually, the majority, because we were talking and answering questions and goofing around. So I think, like, if we just sat there and didn't talk with anybody, probably, like, it would have been done much quicker even. So.
Yeah.
Did you guys plan the show? Did you take the idea so you can finish it on time, or did you just started doing something and saw if you can actually pull it off? Were you guys in a hurry?
Definitely, even like we had an idea like maybe something soccer-like with the physics, and then what we wanted to have where the audience could interact was like the theme, and maybe that would then bring mechanics like if we had time we could do changes. But definitely we had an idea because it's a very, very short time. Even thinking for a couple of minutes, you know, time goes really fast when you're developing. So
when you guys, there's 2 of you and you guys used only 1 computer on stage, do you guys, like, are you developing both or what's the, like, who's doing what?
So definitely this is not the way you would do it normally. You would have both your own computers. You might even be both at their own homes. Like, you don't have to be physically in the same space. So I usually do the programming, so I'm the programmer, and also do design, and I also dabble in art. And Arash is a designer and artist. Actually, why we did that, like in that way, was because we wanted to minimize moving parts where we would have to sync files. Like we would have to go through the network to Dropbox or something like that and sync it. And then, you know, there's a high likelihood there would be something going wrong. So this was just faster. And then the other one could kind of explain what happens.
And it also interacts with the audience more, so it kind of makes it a little more lively versus just like we're both just staring at screens. We can't talk at the same time. So this way it's kind of like there's always someone talking, or the majority of the time, and something's going on and they can interact with the audience while the other one's working. So you're kind of buying that person some time as well. So I think the way we did it was catered specifically for how the show was, but I think it went very well. So
one I could add is like the whole concept of talking to the audience is very important to us. When we stream, we always want to interact a lot with chat. There's a lot of developers actually in Twitch doing game development, and they're all super awesome, but a lot of them focus on actually just programming their own thing. What we do, we still program our own thing, but we would like to have discussions and debates and answer people's questions, help them develop their games.
How much, when you're doing this normally on stream, how much can the audience affect on the outcome of the game? Do you take ideas from the chat and from the audience?
Definitely, yeah, they can affect on it, because usually a stream could be up to 5 hours. That's a lot more time. That's several times. So they can affect everything from the idea to whatever comes out from on the other end. And they can even contribute with their own assets. So if you're an artist, we can even use your art.
I think as when you want to be a professional designer, it comes down to being able to filter out what's important for you and what you should implement and what you should not. But also, when you're trying to build a community, you want to be able to interact with the people and tell them like, yeah, that's a great idea, but I'm not going to be able to implement that. Or so it's kind of like you want to not be aggressive and like, no, I'm not doing, that's a stupid idea, but instead have a nice way of saying things, or say like, hey, that's great, maybe we can implement it in the next game. So I think that's kind of the balance you have to have.
Like, where can people find your stream?
Twitch.tv/GameDevCompany. You can see it right here. And we stream 3 times a week. And we do a bit different type of things every stream. So on Tuesday, you can join us, and you actually can submit your game, and we give feedback. So we play your game, we give feedback, and this is from a kind of constructive, like, we're not trying to make fun of the game, we're actually trying to give constructive feedback, saying like, okay, this is how you could make your game better. This is because of these factual things. Or, you know, or if you, and then you can also decide what you want feedback on. Would you want to feedback on the art or not? And after that, you know, usually we do about, like, we play about 5 games, and then we actually go and do some market analysis on Steam. So looking at what type of games sell, look at the values, and kind of doing market prediction. Because to be honest, if you want to make a game, you need to know how the market works. And then Thursday, it's just programming. We're programming games, and then Sunday we do art.
And when you finish a game, for example, the game you made today, can people download it somewhere? Do you publish it somewhere, and where?
Usually give it out in the community Discord. You can give it there, but I don't know. I don't know what you want to do with this today. So
We'll, for example, this game you can probably find in our Discord. So we have a Discord server where, you know, there's a lot of different types of game developers, from beginners to like people who work 10 years in Sony, for example. And then we put it also on itch.io. We have a page there, and you can download it from there.
Cool, thank you. Eli käykää kurkkaamassa striimi Discordi ja käykää tsekkaa, millaisen pelin ne sai alle 2 tunnissa tehtyä.
Let's see now that it implodes on.
Now we should pay attention while they're playing, because maybe Björn might be paying attention to the screen, or he's looking at their faces or something, because something might happen and it'll give us a signal of, oh, there's a problem here. And this is how you find the bugs in your game.
Exactly, yeah.
It's nothing like Pong, there's rats.
Yeah, it's very original, I think. Sorry.
Yes, thank you, thank you. It's rats in space.